All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Saira Mujtaba and with me is Sarabjeet Kaur. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches 35 crop varieties to tackle climate change and malnutrition. India achieves major milestone in vaccination against COVID. Almost 25% of eligible population fully vaccinated. Centre asks states to enforce adherence to COVID-appropriate behaviour during upcoming festive season. Government extends ban on international flights till 31st of October. India and US signed 2 MOUs for cooperation in health and biomedical sciences. Army foils major infiltration bid in Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan terrorists captured alive. At least 12 groups designated as foreign terrorist organizations by America are based in Pakistan, says US Congress report. Sebi approves frameworks for gold and social stock exchanges. And in IPL cricket, Mumbai Indians beat Punjab Kings by 6 wickets in Abu Dhabi. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is underway, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 01123978046 and 1075. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings to its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in Morning News since 16th of August and will continue till 15th of August 2022. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. Recalling our yesterday's question, which book of Leo Tolstoy influenced Mahatma Gandhi? The correct answer is, The Kingdom of God is Within You. Mahatma Gandhi considered Tolstoy as one of the greatest novelists in history. Gandhiji established Tolstoy Farm in 1910 to serve as the headquarters of the campaign of Satyagrah in South Africa. It was inspired by Leo Tolstoy's The Kingdom of God is Within You and his ideas on love, non-violence and manual labor. Mahatma Gandhi and Leo Tolstoy never met in person but exchanged letters for a long time. AIR News got an overwhelming response from its listeners across the world and the one lucky winner of the quiz is Mr. Arpan Kumar from Bilaspur in Chhattisgarh. Congratulations Mr. Kumar from Team AIR News. The next question of Amrit Mahotsav quiz will be shared with listeners on Monday, that is 4th of October. Celebrate 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav quiz with AIR News.
And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated 35 crop varieties with special traits through video conference to the nation. He also dedicated the newly constructed campus of the National Institute of Biotech Stress Management, Raipur, to the nation. On the occasion, Prime Minister also distributed Green Campus Award to agricultural universities. The 35 varieties include a drought-tolerant variety of chickpea, wilt and sterility mosaic-resistant pigeon pea, early maturing variety of soya bean, disease-resistant varieties of rice, and biofortified varieties of wheat, pearl millet, maize and chickpea, buckwheat, winged bean and faba bean. Addressing people yesterday, Mr. Modi said science and technology are being used in the last 6 to 7 years on a priority basis to solve the challenges related to agriculture. He said the focus is very high on more nutritious seeds adapted to new conditions, especially in changing climates.
बीते 6-7 सालों में साइंस और टेक्नोलॉजी को खेती से जुड़ी चुनौतियों के समाधान के लिए प्राथमिकता के आधार पर उपयोग किया जा रहा है। विशेष रूप से बदलते हुए मौसम में नई परिस्थितियों के अनुकूल अधिक पोषण युक्त बीजों, इस पर हमारा फोकस बहुत अधिक है।
The Prime Minister recalled the massive locust attack in various states last year in the midst of corona pandemic. He said India tackled this attack by making a lot of efforts, saving farmers from incurring too much damage. The Prime Minister stressed that growth becomes rapid whenever farmers and agriculture get a safety net. He informed that 11 crore soil health cards were issued for the protection of the land. The Prime Minister listed farmer-friendly initiatives of the government, such as campaigns to complete about 100 pending irrigation projects for providing water security to the farmers, providing new varieties of seeds to farmers to protect crops from diseases, thus getting a higher yield. He added that along with increasing the MSP, the procurement process was also improved so that more and more farmers can get the benefit. More than 430 lakh metric tons of wheat has been procured in the Rabi season, and farmers have been paid more than 85,000 crore rupees. Wheat procurement centers were increased more than 3 times during the pandemic.
एमएसपी में बढ़ोतरी के साथ साथ हमने खरीद प्रक्रिया में भी सुधार किया ताकि अधिक से अधिक किसानों को इसका लाभ मिल सके। रबी सीजन में 430 लाख मैट्रिक टन से ज्यादा गेहूं खरीदा गया। इसके लिए किसानों को 85,000 करोड़ से अधिक का भुगतान किया गया है। कोविड के दौरान गेहूं खरीद केंद्रों की संख्या 3 गुना तक बढ़ाई है। साथ ही दलहन, तिलहन, इन खरीद केंद्रों की संख्या भी 3 गुना बढ़ाई गई।
The Prime Minister said by connecting farmers with technology, government has made it easier for them to get help from banks. Today, farmers are getting weather information in a better way. Recently, more than 2 crore farmers have been given Kisan credit cards.
Almost 25% of the estimated adult population has been fully vaccinated against COVID-19. According to provisional data, more than 53 lakh vaccine doses were administered yesterday, taking the cumulative number to nearly 88 crore. Almost 1 in every 4 eligible Indians has been fully vaccinated. With yesterday's vaccinations, 68% of the estimated adult population has received its first dose and 24.8% are fully vaccinated. Almost a quarter of the adult population being fully vaccinated has significant public health implications. The Home Ministry has asked states and UTs to enforce adherence to COVID-appropriate behavior during the upcoming festive season. In a letter to states and UTs, Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla said, there is a possibility that COVID-appropriate behavior will not be adhered to strictly with the decline in cases during the festive season. He asked them to maintain utmost vigil in respect of mass gatherings to avoid surge in cases. The letter stated that large-scale gatherings in fairs, festivals and religious events and functions may lead to fresh surge in COVID cases in the country. States and UTs have been asked to closely monitor case positivity, hospital or ICU occupancy of every district on a regular basis.
Tamil Nadu government has decided to reopen schools from class 1 to 8 from 1st of November. The present lockdown has been extended with certain relaxations till 31st of October. After a review of the COVID situation, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has announced that the public will be allowed to present their grievances to the respective district collectors every Monday with standard operating procedures of COVID-19. A report.
With schools already functioning for students from 9th to 12th standard, colleges also have been reopened and admission process for engineering and other students are being conducted in the state. The government has allowed people to attend district administration meetings and vaccination camps. Worship places like temples, churches and mosques will continue to be closed on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. With the festival season ahead, shops will be permitted to function with COVID-appropriate behavior. Thermal screening and hand sanitizers are mandatory in shop. Joy, Area News, Chennai.
In the wake of the upcoming festive season, Uttar Pradesh government has revised the COVID guidelines for holding wedding and other functions in the state. The state government has now permitted the conduction of wedding functions and other gatherings in open spaces. More details from our Lucknow correspondent.
As per the notification issued by the government, upper limit for maximum number of people attending any marriage function in any enclosed area is 100 with the condition of setting up a COVID help desk at the entrance and strict adherence to the COVID protocols. While there is no limit for people attending any marriage or other function in an open area, the maximum number of attendees in the function will depend entirely on the area of the event. All the functions and gatherings need to be conducted with proper COVID protocols in place. Few days back, the Uttar Pradesh government had increased the capacity of attendees from 50 to 100 in social gathering and wedding ceremonies. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
The Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, yesterday extended the suspension of scheduled international commercial passenger flights till 31st October. A circular issued by the DGCA stated that the restrictions shall not apply to international all-cargo operations and flights specifically approved by it. The aviation regulator stated that the international scheduled flights may be allowed on selected routes by the competent authority on case-to-case basis. The centre banned international flights on 23rd March last year to contain the COVID spread. Later, flight restrictions were eased under air bubble arrangement with certain countries. India has also been operating Vande Bharat flights to many countries.
Health and Family Welfare Minister Mansukh Mandavia addressed the closing session of the 4th Indo-US Health Dialogue being hosted by India. The two-day dialogue was leveraged as a platform to deliberate upon multiple ongoing collaborations in the health sector between the two countries. 2 MOUs were also signed at the concluding session. 1 MOU was signed concerning cooperation in the field of health and biomedical sciences. The other MOU was signed for cooperation with International Center for Excellence in Research. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Mandavia said, India and the US are global partners and need to work collaboratively in reforming the global health architecture, whose fault lines have become amply visible during the current pandemic. Philanthropist Bill Gates has congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the national launch of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. In a tweet, Mr. Gates said, this digital health infrastructure will help in ensuring equitable, accessible healthcare delivery and accelerate progress on India's health goals. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari has said that extensive road network in the Himalayan region will help in giving boost to the tourism sector in the region. He said this will provide huge employment opportunities, reduce poverty and strengthen the local economy. Mr. Gadkari reviewed and inspected the construction work of Z-Mode Tunnel and Zojila Tunnel in Jammu and Kashmir yesterday. Giving detailed information about the 2 tunnel projects, Mr. Gadkari said works are under progress in 31 tunnels having total length of 53 kilometers in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh region. He said 1,40,000 crore rupees are being spent on the development of road infrastructure in these regions.
और श्रीनगर जेडमोड टनल बालटाला जोजिला लेयर जो 10,000 करोड़ का काम NHAIDCL कर रही है, इसमें सब स्टेट ऑफ आर्ट टेक्नोलॉजी है. श्रीनगर से लेह में जोजिला और जेडमोड और लेह तक पहुंचाना आसान हो जाएगा. तो ये एक लाइफ लाइन है लद्दाख लेह के लोगों को और कश्मीर के लोगों को इसके कारण मिली है. जोजिला टनल जो है वो विश्व की सबसे ऊंचाई वाला बाई डायरेक्शनल सुरंग मार्ग बन रहा है.
In the program Spotlight, we are broadcasting a special series, Seva or Samarpan, 20 Saal Sushaasan Ke. Today the theme is Urbanization as an Opportunity. It showcases Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision for holistic urban development. This special program can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:15 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.gov.in and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. So keep listening to All India Radio News for the latest developments. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches 35 crop varieties to tackle climate change and malnutrition. India achieves major milestone in vaccination against COVID. Almost 25% of eligible population fully vaccinated. Centre asks states to enforce adherence to COVID-appropriate behaviour during upcoming festive season. Government extends ban on international flights till October 31st. India and the US signed 2 MOUs for cooperation in health and biomedical sciences. Army foils major infiltration bid in Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan terrorist captured alive. At least 12 groups designated as foreign terrorist organizations by America are based in Pakistan, says US Congress report. Sebi approves frameworks for gold and social stock exchanges. And in IPL cricket, Mumbai Indians beat Punjab Kings by 6 wickets in Abu Dhabi. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
स्वाधीनता संग्राम के वे निशान जो साक्षी हैं हमारे सेनानियों के संघर्ष और बलिदान के। आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष श्रृंखला निशान। हर बुधवार को शाम 4:45 पर कार्यक्रम परिक्रमा में FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर।
The Army has foiled a major infiltration bid along the Line of Control, LOC, by capturing alive a Pakistan terrorist who was trying to sneak into Kashmir along with several other terrorists of Lashkar-e-Taiba. It has also killed 7 of terrorists in an operation that lasted for 10 days. The 19-year-old terrorist, identified as Ali Babar Patra of Dipalpur in Okra district of Pakistan's Punjab province, was taken into custody by the Indian Army, which allowed him to surrender amidst intense gunfire being resorted to by his associates. Major General Virendra Vats, General Officer Commander of 19 Infantry Division, said that Patra was allowed to surrender after he pleaded for life. The Major General said altogether 7 terrorists were killed while Patra was captured alive. Union Minister of State for Road Transport and Highways and Civil Aviation, General V.K. Singh inaugurated 400 LPM oxygen plant at Sub-District Hospital at Kokarnag in Anantnag, Jammu and Kashmir. The minister visited Anantnag district as part of his public outreach program.
A 2-day monsoon session of Gujarat Assembly concluded yesterday. The last day of the session, the House unanimously passed the Gujarat Goods and Services Tax Amendment Bill, the Indian Partnership Gujarat Amendment Bill, and Kaushalya, the Skill University Bill. A report.
Finance Minister Kanubhai Desai proposed 2 bills to bring certain amendments to Gujarat GST Act and Indian Partnership Gujarat Amendment Act. The changes proposed to GST Act were aimed at removing difficulties faced by the traders in filing returns under the GST. The amendment bill proposes to remove mandatory requirement of getting annual accounts audited. The third bill passed in the Assembly yesterday was about establishment of a skill university in the state. Apart from this, the CAG report for the year 2019-20 was also tabled in the Assembly yesterday. Aparna Khund, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
The Securities Exchange Board of India, Sebi, has approved the frameworks for gold exchange and social stock exchange. The market regulator Sebi also approved amendments to delisting framework for equity shares at the board meeting held in Mumbai yesterday. A gold exchange is being set up to trade the yellow metal in the form of electronic gold receipts, which will help in having a transparent domestic spot price discovery mechanism. The instrument representing gold is to be called Electronic Gold Receipt, EGR, and will be having trading, clearing and settlement features akin to other securities.
As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. India's glorious fight for freedom is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the valiant struggle every day.
This day in 1942, Matangini Hazra laid her life for the national honour during Quit India movement. She was shot dead by the British Indian police in front of the Tamlu police station, Medinipur district, West Bengal on September the 29th, 19
affectionately known as Gandhi Buri, meaning Old Lady Gandhi in Bengali. Matangini Hazra was born in the small village of Hogla near Tamluk in 1869. She was married early and widowed at 18 without bearing any offspring.
Influenced by the Gandhian philosophy, she became actively interested in the Indian independence movement. She took part in the civil disobedience movement and was arrested for breaking the SALT Act. She was incarcerated for 6 months at Behrampur jail.
As part of the Quit India movement, Matangini Hazra, who was 73 years old at the time, led a procession of 6,000 supporters with the purpose of taking over the Tamluk police station. This was to be a step in overthrowing the British government in the district and establishing an independent Indian state.
When the procession reached the outskirts of the town, they were ordered to stop by the police. As Matangini stepped forward, she was shot by the police. One after another, 3 gunshots were fired at the 73-year-old Matangini Hazra.
With each gunshot, her voice chanting Bande Mataram got louder and the tricolour that she held in her hand went higher. She died with the tricolour held high and still flying.
The parallel Tamlu government incited open rebellion by praising her martyrdom for her country and was able to function for 2 more years until it was disbanded in 1944 at Gandhiji's request.
Post-independence in 1977, Matangini Hazra's statue was put up in Kolkata. It was the first statue of a woman put up in Kolkata in independent India. Her statue now also stands at the spot where she was killed in Tamluk.
On this day, an event that shaped the conditions of Indian immigrants took place. Komagata Maru, the Japanese ship carrying 165 Indian passengers, arrived at Calcutta from Canada. Most of them were from the Punjab province. The ship was denied dock permission by Canada.
Upon its arrival in Calcutta on 27th September, British gunboats blocked the ship's entry into the port. The passengers were treated as lawbreakers and political agitators. A general riot ensued as the police entered the ship to capture the leaders. 19 passengers were shot and killed, and the rest were incarcerated.
The Komagata Maru incident was widely cited at the time by Indian groups to highlight discrepancies in Canadian immigration laws. Further, the inflamed passions were cultivated by the Indian Revolutionary Organization, the Ghadar Party, to rally support for its aims.
In a number of meetings ranging from California in 1914 to the Indian diaspora, prominent Ghadarites, including Barkatullah, Tarak Nath Das and Sohan Singh, used the incident as a rallying point to recruit members for the Ghadar movement.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar, AIR News ke Sang. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
In Bastar district of Chhattisgarh, a heritage walk was organized by the Ministry of Tourism of Government of India to commemorate the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and World Tourism Day. During the heritage walk, school children were taken to the village of Veer Gundadhur, a tribal leader of the freedom struggle. More details from our Raipur correspondent.
The West Central Regional Office of the Union Ministry of Tourism organized a visit to Netnar village in Bastar district of Chhattisgarh for the school children yesterday. Netnar village is birthplace of Shahid Gundadhur. He was a tribal leader who led the Bastar rebellion against the British rule in 1910. As part of this heritage walk, school children paid tributes to Veer Gundadhur and all met his descendants. The regional director of Ministry of Tourism, Venkateshan Dattarayan, said that during the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, people are being apprised about such unsung heroes of freedom struggle who could not get proper place in the pages of history. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
A U.S. Congress report says at least 12 groups designated as foreign terrorist organizations by the U.S. are based in Pakistan. They include 5 that are India-centric, according to the latest congressional report on terrorism. The report, titled Terrorist and Other Militant Groups in Pakistan, released by the research wing of the U.S. Congress, said the Pakistan-based groups could be broadly categorized into 5 types: globally oriented, Afghanistan-oriented, India and Kashmir-oriented, domestically oriented, and sectarian, that is anti-Shia. The prominent India-centric groups include Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Harkatul Jihad al-Islam, and Hizbul Mujahideen.
In IPL cricket, Mumbai Indians beat Punjab Kings by 6 wickets at Zaid Cricket Stadium, Abu Dhabi last night. Put into bat first, Punjab posted a score of 135 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. Today, Rajasthan Royals will take on Royal Challengers Bangalore at Dubai International Stadium, Dubai at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time.
And now let's take a look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi will have a generally cloudy sky and temperature will hover between 26 and 35 degrees Celsius. Mumbai, beside having a cloudy sky, is predicted to have heavy rain as well. Temperature will hover between 26 and 31 degrees Celsius. Chennai is expected to have a generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Temperature will vary between 26 and 35 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have a generally cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Srinagar will have a mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards the afternoon or evening. Temperature will hover between 15 and 31 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have a partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Temperature will hover between 24 and 33. Leh is expected to have a mainly clear sky. Gilgit will have a partly cloudy sky. Muzaffarabad will have a sunny to partly cloudy sky with a minimum temperature of 18 and maximum of around 32 degrees Celsius.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Another milestone nears 1 in 4 Indians fully vaxxed, writes Hindustan Times. The Asian Age informs drop in COVID, 18,795 cases, a 201-day low, 179 die in 24 hours. Dailies have noticed the capture of Pakistan militant 2. Uri anti-infiltration operation ends after 8 days. Pakistan militant captured, writes the Indian Express, while Hindustan Times notes Pak terrorist captured in J&K infiltration bid. Punjab Congress plunges into deeper crisis as ministers assume charge. The Tribune reports Sidhu resigns as PCC chief. Razia too quits in solidarity. The paper also notes Captain Amrinder Singh's observations. He is preparing ground to leave Congress. And finally, the Hindu Business Line writes about a helpline for senior citizens for information and guidance on legal, financial, health and social issues.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Modi launches 35 crop varieties to tackle climate change and malnutrition. India achieves major milestone in vaccination against COVID, almost 25% of eligible population fully vaccinated. Centre asks states to enforce adherence to COVID-appropriate behaviour during upcoming festive season. Government extends ban on international flights till 31st of October. India and US signed 2 MOUs for cooperation in health and biomedical sciences. Army foils major infiltration bid in Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan terrorist captured alive. At least 12 groups designated as foreign terrorist organizations are based in Pakistan, says US Congress report. Sebi approves framework for gold and social stock exchanges. And in IPL cricket, Mumbai Indians beat Punjab Kings by 6 wickets in Abu Dhabi. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a great day.